The Right to Choose, Part 3B. Hi, this is Akaya Ben Yehuda, or basically Akaya Hisquel Yisrael Ben Yehuda. On Facebook, Akaya Ben Yehuda. Ani Nabi, I am a prophet. This is the channel in light of truth. I want to clarify something about when I say what I mean by the right to choose. Some of you might say that I do have those rights to do this and to do that. Okay? A person has a right to choose to wind up going to a hell and a burning lake of fire. That's their right to choose. They can choose to do that. There are some people so foolish to believe that there's going to be a party time in hell. They have the right to go there if they want to. That's their choice. People have a right to rebel and be disobedient and go contrary to the word of Yah, knowing that there's a pending judgment. They have that right. That's the truth. People have a right to sin because of free will. They have that right. Okay? That's their free will right. What I'm talking about, a right to choose, is whether it is lawful in the eyesight of Yah or not. In other words, what I mean by lawful, whether it is the right thing in the eyesight of the Creator or not. And if it's not the right thing, then it's not lawful. It is against the law. So therefore, they do not have that right in the eyesight of Yah, in the eyesight of the Creator. That is what I'm talking about. What is lawful, what Yah said is good, and what Yah said is wrong. The difference. That's what I'm talking about, the right to choose. Okay. That being said, does a woman have the right to be cantankerous? Okay, according to the world and the will of man and your free will, you can figure that you have that right. But in the eyesight of the Creator, no, you do not. You don't have that right. And as for anything that or any situation where a person chooses to do something that is against the law of the Creator, there is a consequences for it. There's always a consequence. There's a reward for doing good, and there is a reward for doing evil. In other words, it's not something that's given to you that's good. It's basically a payment. There's a payment for doing good, and there's a payment for doing evil. In Job 21, it talks about a brawling and cantankerous woman. Okay? A brawling and cantankerous woman. It talks about it's better for a man to dwell on the rooftop alone than to dwell in a house with a brawling and cantankerous woman. Being cantankerous means bad-tempered, argumentative, and uncooperative. My question to you, my dear sisters, do you exhibit those characters? And if you do exhibit those characters, don't be boastful and proudful about that, because that is wrong in the eyesight of the Creator. Those characters prove that you are being manipulated by the adversary and you're being controlled by the adversary, or you yielding yourself to the adversary. You're not doing the right thing. So you need to understand that being uncooperative with your mate, being argumentative. Now, argumentative means simply this to a certain degree. Well, I'm not going to put it that simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an area of argumentiveness. It's an area of your opinion and what you want to do and how you can start an argument. That's being argumentative. How you start arguments in different situations and how the argument can grow. How you say certain things to bring forth triggers. You know what you're doing when you do it. That's argumentative. Bad-tempered. Bad-tempered is the kind of mindset that you produce in becoming argumentative and becoming uncooperative. You need to understand that these things have a price. Has a price. You get paid for that. You get paid for doing good and you get paid for doing evil. And these things are evil in the eyesight of the Creator. In the book of Isaiah, it talks about women walking around being haughty. The daughters of Zion are haughty, walking with stretched forth necks, mancing and prancing as they go. Part of that, walking with your stretched forth necks, is like, you don't tell me what to do. I can get anybody I want. That mindset will wind up causing you one day to be sitting in ashes or sitting with a bald head with a stench with scabs on you. You see, because this kind of behavior and this kind of mindset and attitude is wicked in the eyesight of the Most High. My dear sisters, take Sarah for an example. She never argued according to scripture with her husband. She always called him Lord. As a matter of fact, when the word of Yah came down, and the scripture says the angel of the Lord, but it was the Most High in the angel form, came down and was giving the word to Abraham concerning the fact that that Sarah was going to have a child by him. When she laughed, she feared Abraham and said she didn't. But the Spirit said, but you did laugh. Now, understand this. She respected her husband still. She respected her husband. She did not get out of place and talk to him negatively. Understand what happened there. Sarah knew how to behave. My dear sisters, my Hebrew Israelite sisters, people that call yourselves righteous, women that call yourself virtuous, do you exhibit these kind of criterias or kind of attributes? If you do, may I suggest to you, it did not come from the Almighty. It did not. Don't proud yourself on that. It came from the adversary. I want to say it unto you, shalom.